The second game is going to be played on Tundra, so that should be a whole lot different game than the first Oasis, because on Tundra there are no problems with hunt at all. Sometimes it could be spawning in the darkness, but from my experience, and if my memory serves me well, it doesn't really happen all that often because the hunt is so big, the herds are so big that actually you usually see at least one of them, so you know where to go. And if you don't see anything, you just go into the darkness and it's going to be in there. So it's going to be a lot of different than the Oasis. And HerroOP is switching into Loki in here. So he didn't feel comfortable with the Zeus. And we are going to be seeing two spies. One spy from the Loki and a vision from Set. So basically similar god powers. And let's head on into the game itself. So as I said, exactly in the first line of sight, HerroOP is seeing the extra hunt in here. And also having... Oh, that's going to be a solitary one. Oh yeah, that's a solitary one. That's actually pretty unusual. It's actually pretty unusual, I think, and hope this is one is also not solitary. And it actually is. Okay. Well, fortunately, HerroOP is actually north, so he's not going to mite all that much because it would definitely suck to build a granary next to this. But otherwise, his position seems to be kind of okay. Hunting next research for him. And these Aurochs are not half bad at the back. And this is very nicely defensible position. So even though it's not guarding all that much, this tree line could be very important. It's very big and could last him for quite some time longer. And yet again, kind of sucky placement of the town center behind the tree line. He could definitely welcome it be inside. But there's a lot of food and gold on the left. So this is going to be a very important part of the map for HerroOP. And as soon as he discovers that, he will definitely be going there as we are expecting right now. Otherwise, hunt in the middle with a bit of a gold and front EC. And spy is on foot release. Alright. I would have maybe cast it on the Pharaoh. Basically because of the shifting sense and whatnot, so that he knows where it's going to happen and when. But, well, he chose the villagers so that he knows where to raid. Otherwise, looking around the magic space. Hunt on the right, that's basically the same as we have seen for the opponent. The berries also. Gold is pretty nicely defensible between the towers and next to the town center. So there's not going to be any raiding at all from HerroOP. And, well, yeah, this is kind of very similar to actually what HerroOP is having at the very top. And it seems kind of hard to defend, actually. Oh yeah, it's very hard to defend. It's very, very open all around. And it's yet again a pretty important town center because it's covering gold and a lot of hunt. So it's going to be something that Magic might be wanting to actually capture. But looking how he's having the second TC at the back, which is very nicely defensible for a Negi. It's absolutely golden grail for him. It's probably not going to be mattering all that much that the left TC is not going to be defensible. Looking at the positioning of the front of HerroOP, which is something that I was noticing a bit earlier, it's literally in the middle of the map, which is not ideal at all, and it's going to be only cool if he can somehow establish map control, but against a set on a map with a huge amount of hunt and also aggressive hunt like bears and potentially aurochs, they are pretty strong as well. It's not going to be easy at all. And without the bolt to stop this, to stop the gathering of animals from Magic, yeah, not good times coming for the blue player in here. Village gold get rate, that's a pretty seaton, obviously. Oh, well, that's unlucky. That's unlucky for Magic. Just behind the Fog of War. And that's actually quite terribly lucky for HerroOP because this relic would have been absolutely deadly for his opponent to have. And unfortunately, he hasn't scouted that at all. He's concentrating on the left because he has discovered that Magic is moving on the left side. So I think he doesn't have much of a choice. Right now he has, because he has discovered that he isn't on the right as well. But this was kind of obvious choice. And let's have a look at another relic, which is better wood and gold get rates. Well, both of these relics are absolutely awesome. And they are going to be a race for time. And let's see who is going to capture them on this map. Still a bit of a scouting. And this priest gathering in here and just finishing with the hunt. Yeah. And oh, we are building a sim city. Actually turning the temple around in here. Well, that's some next level stuff in here. We are going to be moving on through hunt, on through aurochs on the left. So he is not going adventurous, But I'm not all that sure if that's all that clever. Probably thinks that he wants to be close to the home base, so that it's difficult for his opponent to actually cast the Shifting Sense, but obviously with the vision right now in, it's probably not going to matter all that much. And oh, this is going to be horrible. They are so clustered together. Oh my. Oh my, watch the Shifting Sense. Where are they? Ah, they weren't. Why didn't he actually cast it? He had vision. I think it was exactly here. It was definitely, because I've seen the lights in here, but it's going to be pretty deadly right now anyway, if he can actually capture all of those. And Shifting Sense are here, and he has stolen the whole army, 2 dwarves and Oxguard. Well, the Oxguard definitely hurts. That sucks big time, but otherwise it wasn't really all that great. And it really baffles me, why didn't he actually cast it a bit earlier? And they were all clustered in there. That was weird. That was weird, but there definitely had to be a reason for that. Maybe he just wanted to actually steal the army from his opponent and then come in with all his animals and basically kill the villages for free. But that obviously backfired kinda, and let's see if that wasn't a bit of a wasted Shifting Sense, because that's a power spike for set. That should be basically killing a Norse player, but right now it didn't really kill him all that much, so there might be a chance for HerroOP to come back, but he has already dropped quite strongly the economy. And let's see on the upgrades. Hunting dogs. There, yeah, this opponent is having the same, so not anything else, as they were advancing quite early, but still, I would be expecting at least some extra upgrades, maybe pickaxe, definitely worthy in here. Going for Ulfsark Drinker. Well, I don't even want to actually know how that name came around, but well, there's already an aggression from Magic, and he is, well, having a decent army right now, but I don't really think it's going to be enough right about now, especially if HerroOP manages to somehow, that was a nice trick, hiding those Heresies inside the tower and depositing them outside, basically running away from the danger in there. And to finish, if HerroOP can get some mythical spawns, it could be helping him quite a lot. Even though Pharaoh and the priest are here, it's still a lot of hit points, and if he can somehow micro properly into Kasekemwe, it could still be worth it. Right now though, he is playing a very dangerous game, because he's left with 1 elk, literally 1 elk, a few berries, and that's pretty much it. He doesn't have anything else in here, so he needs to be super careful, and even though this is a nice idea, there's nothing in here. Unfortunately for him, absolutely nothing, and if somehow he cannot protect even this tower, is right now going to be pretty crucial, it seems like. And right now he can. Or else at least that. It would have been pretty bad if this tower was down and this gold was unprotected. At the same time, it though means that Magic is having very nice map control at the top, because this is a very important map point for HerroOP, as he doesn't have any extra gold at all. His gold is here, which is definitely not safe. And even though he's attempting a bit of raiding on his opponent due to the spy in here, it's not going to do all that much. He has denied this food source, but there's a lot of food source on the left. With Magic already having the TC captured in here, I don't think he's going to mind all that much, and he is going for blue crystal shard for the extra economy that he's definitely going to be very welcome in. Not much happening in here at the back. HerroOP's economy definitely strained, as you can see, quite fully, whereas Magic is having a decent amount of gold. So I'm thinking that he might be thinking about advancing into the next age sometime soon. He's already switching from the gold because he doesn't really need it. So he needs all the hunt right now that he can get, and since it is hunt, which means very fast source food, he will be having resources quite soon. And it seems like that HerroOP doesn't have enough army, but he's having just this already combined. He definitely needs the throwing axeman in there. And this bit that was raiding, it's not going to be enough to deal with the army of the red player. And Magic definitely has to right now just wait, control, jump into the next age, and good luck, HerroOP. Oh, and he's even stealing the front TC from his opponent. And does he know? Yeah, he right now knows that it's actually the front TC of his opponent. And that's a very bad news for HerroOP. Let's have a look on his line of sight. And it doesn't seem like that he will be in time. Potentially knows that something is happening in here. Coming in, but unfortunately Magic has foreseen this exactly, and he's having enough army. Oh yeah, so goodbye Raiders, Reading Cavalry, and have fun somewhere else. With third down sentry being built, and HerroOP basically now right now forced to potentially just to... No, that's going to be an uphill battle right here. He's already moving quite offensively into any kind of hunt he can find. It's definitely needed for him because his economy is in total shambles, as you can see. Not really having all that many villages and whatnot. And he's not even going to be successful at raiding, it seems like. Even though the harvesters are not half bad, 462. Whereas these guys are at 5. You can also see that this is not going to be working all that much. And he needs to find something that he can kill, but it's going to be very hard. This gold potentially, but this food is safe, but this isn't. So if he goes to the left, he might find something that will be worth it. Let's see. He right now knows about the gold. But Magic is paying quite enough attention in here, so he's already sending villagers in. And yes, thank you. This is exactly what I was talking about last game around in Age of Empires. Protecting your villagers exactly like that. Yeah, that's a very nice play. And something that I really wish that Age of Mythology players would be doing a whole lot more, because it's super powerful. It's really super powerful. In Age of Empires, of course, it's made easier by palisade walls, which are not here, so yeah, it's a bit different in there. But with proper micro and training, I think it can be mastered, even with normal walls and normal buildings, especially for Egyptian with the 3 buildings. This could be very, very powerful defense. And to deny the gold and hunt. Well, that's basically all he can right now do. HerroOP trying to deny as much resources as he can to his opponent. But looking how his economy is pretty bad right now, even though he is attempting to build a second DC, as you can see on the minimap. It's still going to be quite some time before he is even on par with his opponent, because obviously Magic is having 3 DCs for quite some time. And that does make a whole lot of difference. Is that the tower? Yes, it is. That's a defensive tower from Magic in there, and with the army right now in place, I kinda think that he can actually divide the army and defend 2 places at once, which would be kinda crib stomping his opponent quite strongly, as he wouldn't be able to raid at 2 places at once, because he has very limited army, just this, and a few in his own base, but that's pretty much it. And right now he's basically just concentrating on making sure that he survives longer. Then Magic would have liked him too. If we look at the economy upgrades, we see pickaxe and plow. So already a switch into farms, yes, from him. Whereas for Magic we are seeing, wow, a lot more. We see, of course, the relics in here. Then Shadow, plow, of course, as well, pickaxe and husbandry. So that's that. So the economy is actually not, or rather the upgrades are not all that different. But what is different is the number of villagers, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, 33 for HerroOP, 71 for Magic. That's more than double. It's more than double, and that's a pretty big difference, let's say. And you can already see that Magic is just bounding away from his opponent a lot, and that's going to be getting worse, a lot worse than this. Finished with the hunt on the left, so it's not going to be free for the raiding for HerroOP anymore. And I'm interested if Magic is already going into Neftis. Yeah, he is halfway there. Halfway there, so he is going to be catching those. Oh, exactly into them. Well, that's tough luck. But where is the Migdol going to go? I would be expecting here. This is a pretty sweet spot, protecting the gold, the town center, and absolutely everything in here. Or maybe he could be a bit adventurous and go to left, but I don't really expect it, because this is a pretty sweet spot and he doesn't need to be aggressive all that much. He just needs to play the waiting game, as basically HerroOP is the one that needs to put the pressure on his opponent. Oh, nicely discovered through the spy, still being in full power, and Kasekme Kasek with second actually survived. I was going to say that he's going to die, but he didn't. And that's a 4th DC for Magic, Heroic Age for him as well, and double the economy of his opponent. So yep, he's actually going for an aggressive mid-roll, and I think that's spurred because of this raid-in. Because he has seen that the opponent's army is somewhere else, which means that he's having basically a free way into the opponent's base. And that's nice thinking. But let's see if we can actually finish, because I'm not all that sure, especially with the upgrade into medium raiders. And can HerroOP play this correctly? Probably not, because he has lost a lot of throwing axemen that were in there. And yeah, he's forced to actually retreat, because those axemen were able to go back fast enough. As yet again, Magic was well aware of what was going to happen in here. Threw quite nice scouting, and with the market finished on the left, in here, he has actually finished another market somewhere else, I think. Well, that doesn't really matter right now, but the Miglo is finished right about now, and in a pretty dangerous spot, because it's very close to Gold Mine and the TC, and we are going to be seeing Siegeworks exactly, and moving exactly into his base, and oh, he didn't finish with the wall on the left. He didn't finish with the wall. And that's going to cost him, but it's not going to matter really all that much, because he has already lost the wall in the middle as well. And with a pretty big army in here, we are basically just waiting for the siege towers from the siege works coming up, and that's pretty much going to be it, I'm afraid. Because with the army that HerroOP right now is having, I don't see how we could be fighting against all this.
Into you.
You can see Magic that actually switched into different stands with the units to the spread one. And that's basically just to enlarge the army and allow a bit of a hiding space for the siege towers between them. So that's very nicely played and a nice idea overall. Going to be easier for him to protect army and easier for him to control the battlefield overall, making it hard for HerroOP to micro. Building tower, that's definitely a good idea, but does he have the resources to upgrade with them? I'm going to quickly switch. Now he has to research them, okay. But it's going to be a bit too late. Right now he has to take the battle, which is definitely bad. Because raiding cavalry is not as strong as it becomes against spearmen, and he's going to be losing quite a lot of them. And here we go, with meteors yet again. And direct hit. And yet another one. And oh my. Magic is getting quite great hits with the meteors. Last game around, this game around as well. That's tough break for HerroOP. And here you go with Ancestors, and they are going where? In the left as well? Or where are they actually? Yeah, at the top. At the top. Well, and that's going to be pretty tough, because he's right now without gold, HerroOP. As you have said, he has just gold in the middle of the map. If you have a look on the minimap, literally nothing else. And with the support of the Ancestors, there's absolutely no way that any kind of semblance of an army of HerroOP is going to be able to stop this, especially when Magic is switching into elephants, which is something like a living tank, and those huge hit points are going to be a pretty big problem for HerroOP, and he sees exactly that and resigns, which means that Magic is advancing into the second round of the No Bash tournament, winning 2-0 against HerroOP. But both of these games are pretty great, to be honest. Quite fun to see. Quite fun to see, and we have seen exactly how it was before the Wobbly balance patches were around.
Tilbuin?
The map was of course kinda difficult. The free back TC for Magic, the very hard front TC for HerroOP. The gold of course as well, only the one on the left. This one, yeah, that's pretty sucky for HerroOP overall. But yeah, that's also the skill to play to the map and not just expect that your learned build order and set strategy from the start is going to be working for the whole game. So let's have a look at the post game. And yet again, Magic has won absolutely everything. And still he was keeping a pretty huge advantage in the economy. Just 2/3 of the economy of Magic was HerroOP having. Just too big a difference. Just look at the resources in here. That's 7,004. That's how much? 11 without 2. 9,000 resources difference out of 30. That's like a third more resources. That's just a huge number. Just a huge number to overcome. Nice, decent times to upgrade, though. It's not half bad. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Alright then, so very nice first match yet again. Congrats Magic, nicely played HerroOP, and GG.